We are never going to cure cancer. If you believe that is because greedy pharmaceutical companies are hiding a magic pill in a secret vault, you are completely misunderstanding the fundamental physics of the human body. For the last century, humanity has viewed cancer through the exact same lens as polio, malaria, or a viral infection. We look at it as an external invader, a foreign piece of hardware that enters the system, which we must hunt down and permanently destroy. But cancer is not an infection. Cancer is not an invader. Cancer is you. The reason a cure does not exist is because cancer is a fundamental, inescapable feature of complex biology. To cure it, we would have to rewrite the laws of thermodynamics and reverse 3 billion years of evolution. To understand why your own body attacks you, you have to look at the ancient software running your cells. For the first few billion years of life on Earth, every organism was a single cell. They had one brutal biological directive: consume resources, replicate infinitely, and survive at all costs. But when multicellular life evolved, our cells had to sign a biological contract. To build a human being, trillions of individual cells had to agree to stop replicating infinitely. They had to specialize into tissues like hearts and lungs, and most importantly, they had to agree to intentionally kill themselves, a process called apoptosis, if their DNA became damaged. Cancer is simply a cell deciding to break that contract. When a cell becomes heavily mutated, it drops the multicellular agreement. It forcefully reactivates the ancient 3 billion-year-old software of a single-celled organism. It stops cooperating, and it begins to replicate infinitely. Cancer isn't a disease. It is microscopic evolution happening inside your own tissue. The terrifying reality is that stopping this process is mathematically impossible. Your body is a walking metropolis of roughly 30 trillion cells. To keep you alive, millions of your cells must divide and replace themselves every single second of your life. Every single time a cell divides, it has to flawlessly copy exactly 3.2 billion base pairs of DNA. Because of entropy and the strict laws of physics, perfect copying is a statistical impossibility. Even with your cell's incredible biological spell checkers, errors happen. Background radiation, the oxygen you breathe, and the normal metabolic processes of digesting food all damage your DNA. Eventually, purely by mathematical chance, a combination of random copying errors will perfectly hit a cell's gas pedal and completely destroy its brakes. You cannot cure cancer because you cannot cure cell division. As long as you are made of dividing cells, cancer is the unavoidable biological tax of being a living, complex organism. If cancer is mathematically inevitable, this sounds like a horrific defeat, but it is actually a deeply optimistic realization. The optimism lies in realizing that we do not need to cure cancer to win. For decades, we used barbaric, scorched earth tactics. We blasted the body with toxic radiation and chemotherapy, trying to achieve a 0 cancer cell count. But evolution always wins. The few cancer cells that survive the poison simply adapt and come back stronger. The future of modern biology is not eradication. It is containment. Instead of trying to permanently delete a fundamental feature of physics, we are re-engineering the immune system to manage it. We are developing highly targeted biological inhibitors that cut off the blood supply to tumors, forcing them to hit their own pause button. The ultimate victory over cancer will not be a world where it doesn't exist. The victory will be a world where a doctor finds a microscopic tumor, and instead of a death sentence, you simply take a targeted pill once a day. The tumor never shrinks to 0, but it stops growing. It becomes a chronic, manageable background process, just like high blood pressure. We don't have to break the laws of physics to win. We just have to out-engineer the timeline, keeping the cellular rebellion contained long enough so that every human gets the privilege of dying of old age.